Soul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be building a trailer in Brindleton Bay for a little mini let's play that I'm going to be doing here coming up. This is a tier 2 tiny home. It sits at 60 tiles, so we have about 4 tiles to play with if we really wanted to add any more. I chose to just leave it where it was at because I thought it looked good. It does sit up on a little bit of a foundation here, so I wanted to have like these little porches in the front yard and one for the backyard, so we'll kind of section it off. And I'm also kind of doing this as like a challenge where I try to leave the original landscaping of this lot and like work around it with my house. Since there's really not that much landscaping on this lot, it was pretty easy. I just like trailers. I've been kind of obsessed lately. I just love to do like cute little trailers like this. I typically only play with 1 to 2 sim households, so I don't really do a lot of bigger homes when I'm doing gameplay. My legacy challenge is an exception though, because I usually have 3 to 4 generations living under one roof all at once. And technically Sims don't even need this much room. I can make a smaller tiny house than this. One of the first builds that I ever posted on my channel was a tiny home that was only like 9 tiles, so I can make really tiny homes and still have them be functional. I feel like I should try to do that again because it's been a really long time since I've done a really tiny shell challenge like that. So we've already got in our appliances from Snowy Escape with the refrigerator and the stove, and then we've got some Dream Home Decorator cabinets and the sink from the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack. This is still going to be within a starter home budget, but it's going to be a 3 sim household starter budget, so it's a 22,000 simoleon house, so that's not too bad. We've got 1 sim and 2 animals in here. Our sim has a cat and a dog, so we'll make sure we have food bowls for them, as well as a like scratching post and things like that. I was also trying to do this without turning on the move objects cheat, which was actually surprisingly hard, and I ended up just turning on the move objects cheat and also making it a 64 tile tiny home. I thought I was just a 60 tile tiny home, but we had that 4 tiles extra, so we might as well use it. In hindsight, I probably should have opted for a laptop instead because the dogs and the cats are afraid of the TV and they constantly get afraid anytime the TV is turned on, so it was kind of annoying to play with. But this was a fun build to do anyway. It's like a modern update of a trailer compared to the last trailer build that I did where it was like all moldy and nasty. This one's bright and clean. It's got new countertops and new appliances, so it's not as bad as the other one that I built. In the kitchen, I ended up using a tile wallpaper from the Parenthood pack, and I love the colors on it. It's like orange and blue. We've got like some peachy colors in there, so I kind of use that as inspiration for the rest of the house. I'm also using this Dream Home Decorator sectional in this light blue color to bring in some of the lighter blue tile. Because the sim has a dog and a cat, they weren't really able to get around the coffee table, so I ended up just deleting it anyway. At first I had this single cat tower in the bedroom. I wasn't sure how much money we would have at the end because I wanted to use a more expensive litter box so that I didn't have to like clean it at all. I just like hearing the little laser noises that it makes when it shoots the poops. I put the litter box in the bathroom, but we also have a base game shower tub combo and a toilet and sink from Tiny Living. Because I didn't really have that much money, I didn't want to spend a lot of it on clutter, so I kind of left the bathroom very bare. And then I went with a base game tile in the bathroom and the kitchen, as well as an eco lifestyle flooring in the living room and bedroom area. I also basically waited till the last minute to do the wallpaper in here because I wasn't sure which color I wanted to use. I also added in a radio from the Everyday Clutter Kit and this little collection of candles and books from Tiny Living. This rug is from the High School Years expansion pack. It's like a fuzzy, round, yellow rug that I think matches perfectly with some of the tones on the tile in the kitchen. And also this bed from Tiny Living, which has like a yellow and blue swatch, and I used that one. This little poof from Tiny Living has some of the tile accent colors in it, so I'm going to use that as our side table. I'm using a round one from Dream Home Decorator for the bedside table, as well as adding in a clock from the bowling pack. I was going to use a blue wallpaper for the living room, but I thought this peachy orange one looked better. I put in a little trash can from Get to Work, as well as our outdoor trash can, just because I tend to forget those. I'm going to add in this white picket fence from Strangerville, and then we'll kind of make like a little walkway over here. I wanted the yard to be big enough to have some of the dog training obstacles, as well as like a few other backyard things. I'm using a brick from the Greenhouse Haven kit, but I ended up switching it from the gray version to the red brick because it looks like the brick that's in the environment. I just wasn't really thinking about it at the time. I was just like, oh, I'm going to use this one, and I just didn't change the swatch. I also went into debug and put a little minivan out there. I think it's from the Get Together pack. It's just like a little modern car there. I've also got a few extra simoleons, so I'm going to add in a few more decorations. I'm also placing down some of our obstacle course pieces. We have to start out with like whatever obstacle they want to run first and then kind of go on from there. So I started with the little posts and then the little tube, as well as like a little jump and then the platform. And the platform doesn't really do anything, they just jump onto it when they're finished with their round. We have a few extra simoleons, so I'm adding in some clutter here. We've got this little cat planter that has a succulent in it. We've got this little dog calendar over here, and then we've also got like motivational posters from cats and dogs, so I'm using those here too. We also have a clutter item that comes with this pack that's just like a pile of dog food bags, so I'm going to put that over here in the corner by our dog food bowls. I did size it down one because it was kind of big and I wasn't sure if our Sims dogs were able to get there, so I wanted to make sure that they could still get to their food bowls. I'm also going to take these treats and kind of like alt place them on top of the fridge, because if your Sims cats jump on the counters, they'll most likely jump on top of the fridge too, unless there's something blocking the path. And it gives it a little bit more of a homey feel because they would probably keep their treats up high anyway, so the cats didn't try to get them. I also added in a picnic table from Cats and Dogs and a toddler stuffed pack grill. It's like my all-time favorite grill. It looks like something you would see in like an older movie, like the 70s movies. You know the Smeg branded refrigerators? It kind of looks like a Smeg branded grill. Now that I've got some of the debug items unlocked, we've got like some nifty knitting rugs in the bedroom, and it matches perfectly with the duvet cover of the tiny living bed. I also gave her the phone and key items from the Everyday Clutter Kit just to take up some of the money, because I really wanted it to be kind of like a rags to riches, but she has a house. She just doesn't have any money, so we have to earn money somehow. But that is just about all for today's speed build. We should be getting to the tour in just a few moments, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up because that really helps out. I try to post a few videos a week, so subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next one. Dag dag!